personally. No authority. I don't have any authority by my title. I don't have any authority by my education. I don't have any authority by my experience, by my heritage. I don't have any authority. The only time I exercise authority is when I speak the Word of God.
What does biblical church leadership structure look like?
From the New Testament standpoint, you have a plurality of godly men who feed and lead the church. They are those men who are qualified because the church examines their life, and the qualifications are given in 1 Timothy 3 and Titus 1, and they're very specific. They have to be skilled teachers. Didaktikos is the Greek word. They have to be able to refute error and articulate the truth. And their primary task that separates them from deacons is that skill in teaching. So I'm no different really than any other elder in the church. Or the New Testament term for elder, presbyter, pastor all refer to the same person. Elder has to do with his maturity. Pastor has to do with his role of feeding, and bishop or overseer has to do with the responsibility of leadership. It's the same person. But all authority that we have is simply delegated from Christ to us through the Word. So when I speak the Word of God, I speak with authority. Any other time, I have no authority. There are 35 or 40 men who make up a group of elders. No one of us has authority over any other. And when we meet, if we're having a discussion, we make a case biblically and come to an understanding of the Word of God, and that becomes our authority. There may be things that aren't biblical, like do we build a new building? What do we do over here about this thing or the other? We try to come to the best wisdom, the best understanding. No one has a final word. Wisdom prevails at that point. So the Word prevails on all things biblical. Wisdom, collective wisdom prevails on all things that are not biblical. Yeah, I think the New Testament's simple. They ordained elders in every city, and those elders, they're the men who fit the qualifications, and the congregation recognizes that. And so it's not something you're appointed to. It's something you are. They know who their teachers are. They know who their shepherds are. It's recognizing these gifted men, and then collectively there's respect. But another way to come at this is this way: 12 apostles, right? You have 4 lists of the apostles. You have Matthew, Mark, Luke, and Acts, the 12 apostles. In every list, Peter is at the first. Every one of those 4 lists. He wasn't the ruler of the apostles, but he was the spokesman. Sometimes good, sometimes not so good. But he spoke for them. So you can, and yet in heaven the apostles will be equally honored in heaven. They will rule over the 12 tribes of Israel in the future millennial kingdom. They'll be equally honored. They are equally the foundation of the church. And yet, among them, there is a recognized voice. And that's how I see what I do. And then you have 3 groups of 4 names. Peter, James, John, and Andrew, group 1. And in every list, they're always in group 1. Always the same. And in group 2, it's the same. And in group 3, it's always the same people. And at the head of each list is always the same name. So within these groups, there are going to be people who have leadership, but they're all still apostles. And I think this is a model. No apostle is elevated in the New Testament above any other apostle. And the same would be true with elders. We give honor to elders, especially those who labor in the word and doctrine. So I think we have leaders among leaders and leaders over leaders, and that's what we see here. There are many other men who preach, and they preach with the same authority, with the same power and conviction from the word that I do. And yet there's a sense in which people see me as their shepherd because I've dominated the teaching for so long. But it's not my authority that does that. It's my role as the teacher.